Hello everyone. Business intelligence platform RESTful Web Services provide you with brand new APIs to manage recycle bin items, alerts and notifications, the BI inbox, and new APIs for managing users, documents, scheduling and publications. For the APIs to work, first make sure that you have established a successful connection to your WAX server using an XSAP logon token. Also ensure that you have set the content type and accept fields of your header to XML format. Let us see how you can list all the recycle bin items. With the get method selected, append recycle bin to the core URL and choose send. The server provides you with the list of all your recycle bin items. Choose the ID of any one item. For example, we'll take this. And to view the properties of this particular item, you can pass this in the URL along with the get method and choose send. The detailed properties of the item are returned from the server. Let us see how you can delete a recycle bin item. When you fetch the recycle bin items with the get method, you get the list of items. Choose any particular ID, for example 7297. Choose the delete method and in the body pass the required ID 7297 for our example, and we'll choose send. You see that we received a success. The item has been successfully deleted. Let us see how we can restore a recycle bin item back to its original folder. For example, suppose we wish to restore this first item which has the ID 7299. We will copy this ID and we'll select the put method, go to the body and pass this copied ID of the item which we wish to restore. Choose send. The server provides update that the item has successfully been restored. To list the available alerts and notifications from the BI Launchpad, choose the get method and in the URL pass notification. Choose send. The available notification details are retrieved from the server. If you want the properties of a particular notification and other details to be displayed, copy the ID of the notification and pass it in the URL. When we choose send, we find the statement of the alert and all the associated attributes for that particular alert. You can also edit a notification to mark it as read or unread. To edit a notification, copy its ID. For example, we'll choose this one 7396. We will select the post method and in the body pass this ID. And we can edit the attribute read and we see a success returned from the server. We can also delete this notification by choosing the method delete and passing the ID in the body. Choose send and we see a success. To verify if this notification still exists on the server, let us try retrieving the existing notifications with the get method. Choose send and we do not find that notification any longer on the server. To view the available items in the BI inbox, choose the get method and pass inbox in the URL, choose Send. Inbox items are displayed in the feed. If you wish to view the properties of a particular item, you can pass it in the URL with a slash, choose Send. The properties of the item are displayed. You can also delete an inbox item using the delete method and by passing the ID in the body. Choose Send and you see a success message returned from the server. Let us see how you can find the available server groups for scheduling your documents. Choose the get method and pass the keyword server groups in the URL and choose Send. The available server groups are returned from the server. To fetch the calendars that are available on the BI Launchpad, choose Get and pass calendars in the URL and choose Send. The available calendars are displayed in the feed. If you want to further find out the selected calendar dates in a specific calendar, copy the ID of that calendar, append it to the URL, and pass the keyword dates. Choose Send. All the selected dates of that calendar are displayed in the feed. To assign a document to specific categories, first take note of the ID of the document. For example, suppose you want to assign categories to this first listed document here, 5460. We will take note of this ID 5460. Let us fetch the available categories on the server with the get method. Choose Send. And suppose we want to assign our document to this category 7406, deprecated assets. So we will append this ID 7406 and the keyword documents along with the post method, and in the body we will pass the ID of our document 5460 and we will choose Send and we receive a success from the server. If we want to de-assign this category from the document, choose the delete method and this very document ID specified in the feed in the body, we will choose Send and we yet again receive a success. Let us see how you can send a BI document to a disk location. Suppose you want to send this document with the ID 5453 to a disk location. First take note of this document ID 5453 and then with the get method selected, append the keyword destinations/disk to the URL and choose Send. The server provides you with a template. Copy this request template, select the post method and paste this template in the body. Now we need to specify certain values. Pass the username and password for the machine which has the disk location. Pass the document ID which we have taken a note of 5453 and specify the directory where you want this document to be posted on your target machine. And once you have filled these attribute values, we will choose Send and we receive a success message from the server. The document is successfully posted to the disk location. Let us see how we can send a BI document to an FTP location. Suppose we want to send this document charting samples with the ID of 5458 to an FTP location. So first we'll take note of the ID of this document 5458. With the get method selected, we will append to our URL the keyword destinations/FTP and we'll choose send. The server has provided us with a request template. We'll copy this, select the post method and paste this very template to the body. And now we have to specify the values of these attributes. The username and password for our FTP location, the document ID which we took a note of 5458, the host, the target object name is optional, the directory is mandatory. The directory for posting our document has to be specified here, and once we have filled all these fields, we will choose send. And we see that the server returns a success message to us, which means that the document has been posted successfully to the FTP location. Now, if we want to send this document to a secure file transfer protocol SFTP location, we'll append to the URL the keyword destinations/SFTP and we'll choose send. The server provides us with a request template. We will copy that. With the post method selected, we will paste this template to the body. And here we need to specify the values for attributes. The username and password for your SFTP machine. You could have it saved somewhere in a notepad. The machine name as the host. And your SFTP formatted fingerprint. The account is optional. The target object name is optional as well. You need to specify which document. So we have the document 5458 and having specified the values for these attributes, we'll choose post and we receive a success message from the server. The document is successfully sent to the specified SFTP location. Suppose we want to send this same document to a user's mailbox using the simple mail transfer protocol. With the get method selected, append to the URL the keyword destinations/SMTP and we'll choose send. The server provides us with a request body template. We'll copy this, select the post method and paste this template to the body. And here we need to specify certain values. Of course, the document ID 5458, the recipient address, the subject, and we also need to specify the sender address. If there is no attachment, we can edit the use attachment boolean field and set it to false. Specify your message. And having populated these fields, we will choose send. And we see that the server returns a success message. To list the available time zones and locales for the current user, select the GET method and to the core URL, append the keyword users/locale/available time zone and locale and choose Send. The server returns all the available time zones and locales from the server. Let us see how you can change the password for the current user. Select the GET method and to the core URL, append the keyword password and choose Send. The server returns a request template. Copy this template, select the post method, and in the body, paste this template. Specify the current password and the new password that you want for the CMS. So let us change the case of a few characters and try sending the new password, and we receive a success message from the server.